Podcast. You know, one of the pajamas coming from the basement. I guess we start some of these things. We do some shorts, you know, put some of the feelings out, you know, on like this. We started this podcast, and you know, so we had an outlet, and this has been a rough year. So I guess bear with me. We're gonna get through this. But this short is really speaking on some things, topics that we can't talk about, or we can. People just choosing not to because it might be kind of tension. You know, so let's get with it. I have a lot of scenarios, I guess you could say, or opinions on how things could or should go. But everybody does. Let's be honest. Everybody does. Everybody has their own feelings on what they feel, how they want things to be. And that's great when it's your feelings and you're not pushing on anybody else. Let's get that. We have you have friends who I guess you call it yes men. You know, they agree with everything you say. Then you have those friends who don't agree with anything you say, but he's still a friend. Or she. I'm not saying it's just a he. And that's where we're at right now. You know, what can you do or what can you say to, you know, be in cohesive, you know, with that other person, or be cohesive with that other person. Let me get that right. So let's go on with the first one. Like when do you think enough is enough? When you need to say something or stand your ground, as I say. And what is standing your ground? I feel that, like, standing my ground is just saying, this is my opinion, this is how I feel, and you stick on that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, people don't stick on that word. You know, you will say, this is how I am, this is how I am. But in the grand scheme of things, you know what I'm saying, you just don't follow the leader. You don't always want to follow the leader, because sometimes the leader might be wrong. A lot wrong. So, once again, you know, what do you do with that? When do you say, well, I feel this way, or I feel this type of way? You know, are your feelings valid to that other person? Or their feelings valid toward you? So I come in, you know, let me give a scenario. Alright, so you've been friends with this person for like lifetime down there. And you know this person has flaws. You know the flaws in this person. But that's still your friend. That's still your partner. That's your compadre. Do you all of a sudden one day it's like, I don't like what they're doing. Then you stop and say, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, I can't fuck with you. Okay, but I've been doing this and that. You fuck with the bed, man, you don't want to listen to me because I'm not doing or following the line that you follow now. No, screw that. You know, you're my friend whether I'm good or bad. That's, you had a competition of loyalty. That's loyalty. I know your flaws, but you still my nigga. You know, but I know your flaws, I still want to beat you. When do you stop and change that up? You know, when does it get to be where you matter? That's what we have to, you know, think about. The things that you say and do matter to, you know, I guess, to you, but do they matter to that next person? And should their flaws be the reason why all of a sudden you have to change your heart? I'm not saying it's wrong to have a change of heart, because it's not. You could be doing better for yourself and that person doing worse. But still, that's still your friend. You might not, like, per se agree with everything they do. But if you're a friend, you're going to be a friend regardless. If you're a partner, you're going to be a partner regardless. Because anything else other than that, in my opinion, isn't real. Because, like, let's say you have friends and then you have associates. how do you decipher which is a friend, which is an associate? To me, associate, of course, after a while, that's gonna be that person who, I do chill with you, I kick it, you know what I'm saying? But we go do our own thing, and it's done. But when we get around each other, somebody I work with, something like that. A friend is somebody who's gonna be there regardless of your quirks or your flaws. Because that's what friends are, because that friend has flaws as well. So, nobody's perfect. In a relationship, nobody's perfect. So, when or what do you do if you come across those situations? That was my question. What do you do? What do you say? Like, how do you fix that? Well, in my eyes, you don't. For one, you don't expect anybody else to even justify or dictate what you do or what you see. I'm sorry. That's a big thing. If you don't like what I do, then don't like it. But still expect me to be me. And I know people who smoke, but people what I'm saying, weed, other people eat stuff, the thing is that you can't pick and choose what's good for you to be, what's not good. You can say, I don't like that, I don't do that, I'm not around that, then don't be around. But that person is still the same person. In a relationship, if you with somebody for freaking ever, and this person ain't really changed, but not for the worse, and they ain't really, done anything to like better, then you still can't. I don't think you should be able to anyway. Just by all of a sudden now it's like say if you're in a relationship and y'all been together for 15, 16 years, all of a sudden I need this. You're not doing this, and I'm not doing. You're not doing that. Okay, then you look at it like, well, I've been this way. Now it's a problem. So then it makes you question: who is doing these things? Who are saying these things? Because all of a sudden it's up there. Or in a friendship. Oh, I like this, I like that, I like this. But we've been friends forever. We can chill, kick it, and all of a sudden now, who you been talking to? Are you around some people who don't do what I do and you're enjoying yourself? Well, I have my opinion on both of those. If it's a friend and you got some other people who don't do the things that I do, and so now you're at that point where, oh man, I can't do that. Okay, that's you. Move around. Do something different. Don't give anybody an ultimatum. Because give them an ultimatum to them, and all of a sudden something that you like that's somewhere else, it's better than go. TYWA, whatever you want to say. Go. If you're in a relationship, that's a bigger thing. Because in a relationship, you put a lot of time and effort into that relationship. So, just drop it. You would either say that it really wasn't anything, or that you're at the end of your rope too. So then, I don't know. I guess that's one of those ones that maybe somebody out here can answer or even give their insight. Because I feel like, a relationship and a friendship is still two ways. If it's something about you that I don't like, or I don't feel, then, I'm supposed to say something to you. You know what I'm saying? We open our mouth and speak. Same way in a relationship. But the difference is that in a relationship, if you have things together, you put time into making something, then you have to think about all the stuff you gotta separate from. It's a two-way street, ladies and gentlemen. It is a two-way street. Because guarantee you, if you're telling that person or your friend or your significant other, I don't like this, or you're not like this. Also remember that with that being said, you're not the person that either got together or you're not the same person you were when y'all became friends, or so you change as much as that person did. So therefore, you need to be able to say, okay, this is how I feel too. Now, if that feedback comes back from that other person negative, all right, then that's something to wipe out. Because if you can't even accept your own flaws, then how are you gonna try to fix mine? You can't fix a clock that's broke if you broke too. Just saying. So so when do you say it's enough? Or do you even say it's enough? I mean, that's something that we will do on the cast, is talk about, some things like this, because my co-host, Brandon, he's great on giving, that kind of advice. And that's why I decided to do this cast anyway, because, once again, I recently lost my mom, love her there, and my eyes got open to a lot of things about where I stood and my place in this, as you say. Where do I fit in? And ladies and gentlemen, Facebook, I'm letting you know right now that if you can't love yourself and respect yourself, then you shouldn't expect anybody else to do anything other than less than it. If that's how you put it, I guess. This cast was started to let, just people, ordinary, everyday people who sit at the crib and you feel some type of way, this is that show. I'm going to say what you want to say and you don't say. I'm going to speak for those who want to say something but won't, because I was that person. I recently started talking to someone, just helping myself, better myself, because I did figure this out. It is okay to not be okay. I was raised that, you're a dude, you know what I'm saying? You're a man. You're going to be a man. This is what a man do. You take the blunt and then you keep going. If you did anything less than that, you're acting like a female. Which women, females, ladies, do not mean anything about how I say these things, so please don't take it that way. When it comes to men and women, women are like, hey, we can do everything they can do. Okay, yes, you can. So, there can have men with sensitive reactions to things, and it's okay. It's okay to be in your feelings, to have feelings. It took me 40-something years to realize that men's feelings have feelings just like women. And different is how you, express those feelings. And you might have some homeboys that be like, bro, I ain't no bitch ass, But you're my friend. I'm not trying to, which I'm letting you know, hey, this is how I feel. These are important things. And with that, I'm telling men out there that if you got a home or a home girl who, feels some type of way and gives you an ultimatum like that, and say, I can't do this to be around you, then guess what? Let them go. Because you're going to accept me and my flaws, or you're not going to accept me at all. Just saying. Now, I thought that I was the greatest friend, sports for some people, and as we got older, I figured out that it was not that way. It was more you got the leeway, you got the free time, you got the, you got people coming to the like I'm children. So half of the people want to chill, they really didn't chill with me, they were just chilling with the opportunity of being, at that time, like, oh man, you got the crib, and the same girls got the crib, yes, I get it. And I used to think that, oh man, I can look this dude in the world, man, I got all these friends coming over here, bumping up here, and all this stuff. No. As I became a parent myself, I understood that boundaries are there because of love. I set boundaries for my kids because I love them, not because I need to be their friend. And with friends, do the same thing. You set boundaries, bro. Let them know, hey, this is me. This is what I'll take. This is what I won't take. And then if we're not going to agree to disagree sometime and just do our own thing, then guess what? Then that's something you need to change. I'm not saying leave your friend or stop being that person's friend, but your fallback game needs to be a whole lot better. I guess sometimes there are going to be people who deal with it. But dealing with things, you know what I'm saying, and just let them go, sometimes that shit stacks up. Even in relationships, that shit stacks up. Like, yeah, I'll take this, I'll give you this, call me this, call me that, I don't care. But you know that you're not reciprocating, I guess that's the word, or you're not doing the same thing toward them. After a while, that shit gets old. And then you don't want to do that anymore. And it doesn't change the way you feel about that person or your friend or your lover or whatever it is, your partner, but it does change a lot in how you feel, how you want to be supportive of that person. So once again, it gets back to that question, when is enough enough? Maybe somebody else can answer that question better than I could, because I can't. Because I feel like I took a lot. And it kind of hurt when I got to a realization that I thought I was, oh man, I was cool, right? That's how this worked. No, bro, you was stepping stone. And it's sad that it took my mom passing away for me to realize that even in family, they only deal with you for what you can do for them. Whether it's a place to stay, whether it's just a place to come chill, smoke, maintain a place, just to come and hang out. Because I've learned that people who are close to you will be the ones who screw you so deep and look right there in your face like it's nothing. I know there is people out right now that has that friend that's just, they feel like, oh, I done got this. But you didn't got wronged by them people. And because you never said anything, that's gives them reason to think that was good, it was okay. No. That's what I'm talking about. When is enough enough? Because you take so much of this, you stack it. That's building hate toward that person, and you don't want to build hate toward a friend or a loved one. So when do you stop and say, hey, this is our problem, this is what we need to fix, or hey, if we can't stop this, then people, they go to counseling to work on relationships, they go to counseling to work on themselves. And sometimes people need that. And I think people, it's really cool people go to counseling instead of toxic, because there's somebody who's on the outside who's not going to judge you for what you say. Not going to do the rough eye roll or interrupt it, man. Hey, man, you're good at this. Or, oh my God, I can't believe you're saying it. Like, no, there's somebody who's there and listen. And then they give you your opinion. So therefore, that's fine. I've had a couple of friends in that situation said that I feel like I've been in the same thing and I didn't even know what to do. But when it came to helping them understand what to do, I mean, I felt like I've been not the best advice. I'm not going to give the best advice because I'm not saying I'm qualified to give up. No, I'm not. But an opinion is an opinion and I'm going to give up. That's what this show is about. I feel like being honest with yourself, being honest with others, it moves a long way. Even if that hurts that person, it still goes a long way. So, instead of stacking it up and like, hey, bro, look, this is what it is. This is what we need to do. I can't hold my tongue. If that person gets mad, saying? Okay, you can't control how somebody else feels. And that is what you don't need to worry about. I can't control how you take it or how you feel. I'm just letting you know these are my feelings. And vice versa. Relationship wise, same damn thing. You know, if your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Saying, you know, tell you, I feel like this, and this is how you do me, this is how I feel like. Okay. You should be able to take that in. But also, that the person has to be able to know that you're going to come back, you know what I'm saying, word for word, but that, well, do this, you don't do this, you don't do this. That's when the argument starts, because then now y'all just pulling out, you know what I'm saying, things like, you do this, you do that. No. Same what you have to say, and then let it be done. If you agree, okay. If you don't, still okay. So then you find a way to work that. That is, I mean, to me, it's like politics. I'm not going to choose a side. I don't want you to be made choose a side. You know, it should be an equal agreement or disagreement. You know, I don't like the way you talk sometimes. Okay, I get that. I'll change my talk. You know, you're inconsiderate. Sometimes this is just, okay, that's something to work on. We had this conversation all the time. Okay, that's something to work on. Or, man, I hate that you spoke. You did it. Okay. But then just say that person too. I do this because of this. I'm this way because of this. You know, instead of pointing that finger at someone, why do you do this? Why you act like this? But also you gotta be ready to take that answer too. Because that answer comes to us, it's you. That's what it is, it's you. No. Then you need to be able to accept that, want to change, and change. It took me, I moved to Colorado. I went to Adams City, shout out once again. That was the biggest learning lesson I ever had, because that school is predominantly Hispanic. A couple of black kids there. So I figured that, you know what, it ain't even nothing about who you are, what you are, what you are. I'm like, I treated everybody the same. And if it was some flaws my kids had, I let them know. Hey, bro, you doing this is the wrong way to go. But mystery, you know what I'm saying? You did this, you did it. I know. I tell them like I tell my kid. My son, I made the mistake so you guys don't have to. And believe it or not, it works for some of those kids. And they listen. You know, they might not agree with everything I said, but they listen. And so that brought me really close to those kids, because I felt like I was doing something. I was doing something right. You know, I was helping somebody else. And that whole time, I was like, man, this is what I should do. But why am I wanting to do this so bad? Then I sit back and think it's because I didn't have what I was giving those children. And it's not saying a bad thing to nothing how I grew up or nothing like that, you know, because I grew up popular. And yes, I grew up, I made mistakes, I done stupid stuff. I was a father at 15. And that whole time I was thinking, you know, saying, Mom, she's cool, man. She, you know what I'm saying, actually helped me out. But she helped me, you know, get up and move, be a man. And so at like 17, you know, so I got it. Thinking I was grown. Guess what? I never went back to the crib. You know, hopping, going, you know what I'm saying, different, you know, in and out, this right here, relationship stuff, you know, but I never went home. So I thought that me not going home, you know what I'm saying, that was a good thing. That was what it's supposed to do, you know, as a man, that's what you're supposed to do, get out, do your thing. Not knowing that I felt damaged, more damaged than anything. And I didn't know when enough was enough, and I didn't say anything. So instead of saying anything to my mama on how I felt or asking her these questions, I became really angry and distant from my family. And so as I became angry and distant, you know, trying to work on my relationship, it was harder for me to make on my relationship, because I felt like everything that I went through with my mom, I was going through in my relationship, and like I was just like, I'm jumping back into the same hot water. So when do I say, shit, stop that? You don't know. You know, I mean, I guess you do, but you don't. But, you know, to jump off that, I mean, it was 6, 7, 8 home, 12-hour drive, to go put my mother in the ground. That's when I said enough is enough. Because that was one of the worst days of my life. To this day, is having to close that casket on my mother. My rock, my support. It would not be here if it wasn't for this woman. Yes, that was devastating to me. My mother was young. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the realization came to me of how I felt about things, how my family felt. I felt my family felt about things, and how it affected my family, my boys, my wife. It's hard to explain to people how you feel when people already have their notions or how it is. I guess that's what you're saying. I don't know if I'm wrong. Correct me. Anybody cool with that? But it also hurts when that realization comes to, like, it's not what I thought it was. So, what's enough is enough. So I'm gonna sit with that saying, you know, hey, I don't know, don't let your feelings get in the way of you making sure that you protect your feelings. Because a lot of people are scared, so they protect their feelings. Some people, they don't give a damn. They're going to let you know what it is. And then you have some who want to say something, but they won't because they don't want to ruffle any feathers. So, what do you do when it's that tear is there? Or when you reach that point? But simply, I'm going to say right here, for one, stay calm with that. Because if that's your friend, that's your friend. That's your partner, that's your partner. Stay calm. Stop, stop the whole shit. You gotta be. Nobody has to be superior. But you need to have a communication lane. So you don't get to that point where enough is enough. I don't care whether you're gay, straight, crooked, sideways, got a piece on your forehead like a unicorn. Feelings are feelings, and feelings are all valid. And you should never get to a point where you say enough is enough. And then, because some people, when they get to that point, it's already over. That friendship is already damaged, that relationship is already gone. And, that's what you gotta say. Like, that's not what you want in life. Like, life is not here for you to be upset and sad and down and, questioning, your feelings or people's feelings for you. The realization comes that at the end of the day, you were born here alone. You're gonna die alone. And when they put you in the dirt, alone. So, why am I going to, hold that where it's, affecting me, or you hold that even affecting you? I don't know how to even put that or have anybody answer that question. But you can do this and you can do that. Yes, everybody has an opinion, but everybody's not going to have the same opinion you have. So what works for them might not work for you. So, don't take what I say as, well, he said this, what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me, because some things I've tried, ladies and gentlemen, does not work. I'm going to tell you. But I'm not going to tell you what they were, because they didn't work for me. Now, that sense, not going to work for you. All I'm saying is that you got to be who you are. Do not let anyone change who you are. Because that man upstairs, he made you, in the image of him, but he also gave you free will. So which means I'm not going to be like everybody else. But also don't be that one to let people just walk on you like you're a carpet. You can be a good friend and not get stepped on. You can be a good husband and not get stepped on. You can be a good wife and not get stepped on. able to speak your mind, but also be able to accept what comes with that. Because somebody else gonna feel a certain type of way about it. You know, I'm like, that's cool. So really, I guess that enough, when is enough, it really comes to the person. How much can you take? Now, should you take a lot of bull? Nah, I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that, you know, you need to stop and think. Like, I can't say this to this person like this because, or I shouldn't say this because, you know, like that, you should just be able to say what you want, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you gotta wear it right, of course. Yes, you do have to wear it right, but, you know, you should be able to say what you want. Hey, man, I feel like you're doing this. It's not a good thing. I need you to change, you know, we gotta switch something up. Okay, that person says, well, look, it's not bothering me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not bothering you, so let me do my thing. Respect that. Because if that person turned around and told you how they felt, do you really think that you're going to be able to take it like you want them to take what they just said to you? Because maybe they don't see it how you see it. Maybe they don't know why you do what you do or say what you say. I do a lot of things from how I grew up. And I've learned a lot of that stuff. Not always good. Like holding it in, you know what I'm saying? Just making sure everybody's happy. And, you know, my feelings, no, fuck your feelings, you know what I'm saying? Put that shit back in the center. You know, I did that a lot. And then I started to ask myself, like, why? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Hey, but I'm not doing anything wrong. I've done nothing wrong. I raised my children to my best ability. And I have 5 of them. And no, I'm not that, you know, I guess, I just said I wasn't, I probably could have been a better role model. I wasn't that one that had the best job. I wasn't the one that had the best cars. I wasn't the one who could, my kid, I could splurge. Because that's a lot. I wasn't that guy. Well, today I do the same thing. I always pick the jobs that has more payoff as in feelings and love than I do money. I love to cook, so 16 years doing that. Love to see the reaction on people's face. That made me happy. Was it a great job? Made a lot of money? No. But I felt like I was doing something. And then it wasn't until I moved to New Mexico and met a group of Native kids and knew their lives to know that actually my life was pretty damn good compared to these kids. God damn. You know, and the little things I done from those kids was like so big. And I'm sitting here worrying about, oh, see my friends and my family feel about me, my family treats me like this. And those kids didn't even have none of that. They didn't have friends. They had friends with the, like, friends, we were the Reds. Family, most of the family was, you know, doing things, other things happen, you know, life happens. So those kids were like appreciative to anything they got. Anything they got, time, money, food, whatever. Cool. Then we moved to Colorado, which is crazy because we sat on that bed one day and said, we're going to move to Colorado. And we did it. So I'm like, shout out to us, my wife, myself, yes. And then I felt like I was doing something right until I put my mama in the ground. And me bettering my life was a problem to some. Or it was made to look like a problem to some. And it made me question myself. You know what I'm saying? Question a lot of my choices. I've never questioned my choices of friends. I've never questioned my choices of wife, who I chose to be my wife. I guess it wasn't until now I didn't know that, you know, so those were questions that I should have been trying to think about a long time ago, and I didn't, because I felt like everything was, you know, going the way it's supposed to. God's plan, as they say, God's plan. And there are going to be some out there who do not believe in God, and I can't with you. Like, cool. That's someone who is like that man that's an almighty. I'm with you. I'm cool. Everybody has their way of thinking. And so, I don't know. Like, some people say, well, it's God's way of showing you this. And then some people say, that's just the way the universe rotates, and this is what it is. And I'll take both of them. I'll take both. But if that's God's plan, and that's the universe works, when do one of those tell you enough is enough? Because a man only gonna take so much, or a woman only gonna take so much, and it's gonna be out. Friendships, relationship, kinships, chips, eating ham. And it is what it is. We're gonna call it out there. We're gonna call a spade a spade. And I guess that's why I got this platform, because I can just spit, talk, let you know how I feel. This is what I feel. Because it's somebody, not everybody, it's somebody out there who has the same feeling and has nobody to talk to or say something to, because, you go tell your homeboys and they be like, man, that's some good shit. Or you can go tell your significant other and they be like, oh, yeah, well, you do this and do that. Because if you go tell the spouse, of course, they're going to be like, oh, so you saying I'm the problem? No, you the problem. But that's not what you're saying. You're just saying this is how you feel. Take both sides. What you say when they say friends. You have friends in the arguments about little shit, stupid shit. Like, man, this is what, okay, bro, accept that fool for who he is. Because that's your boy. Or that's your own girl. Accept that man or woman for who they are. That's your wife. That's your husband. Or that's your, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, that's your partner. Life is too short, ladies and gentlemen. It's way, way too short for it to even be a point of you getting to enough is enough. Live life to the fullest, that's what I learned. And have no regrets. I am so proud of some of my friends. Like, I have one friend, man, this boy here, he came up from the mud. He was really my inspiration. Like, younger than me, but I always wanted to be that move how he moved. Because I know we both came from nothing and wanted to make something and better our kids' lives, better our lives. And as we watch him, bro, oh my God. You know who you is. You the man. She know who she is. Y'all are my inspirations. Telling y'all now, like, I would not. They don't know it. I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for them. Because I figured if they can do it, that's me. They can do it and make it and go through it, then I can do it too. And so I thought about them and I moved. I bought a house, sold a house, bought another house in Colorado, which is hurt me, but bought a house. So I felt like, man, I'm making moves. The little moves and the big moves, it doesn't matter what move you make, little one or big one. As long as you're, I guess how they say, as long as you're bettering yourself, do your thing. I had for a moment just thought that, man, maybe I should have stayed in Texas. Maybe I should have stayed right there by my mom. Maybe this, maybe that. But then I started thinking, I had enough. Enough was enough. I got tired of having nothing. I felt like I had nothing. And so I moved. I left the state that I loved and moved. Yes, it was a scary thing because I moved on a prayer. Thinking and lost damn near everything. But gained so much when I make that next step. My next move was going to be my business. And that's for anyone. You're at home, you just graduated, you're in college, anything. Your next move has to be your best. So you don't get to the point where enough is enough. I'm looking at my time right now, and yes, I have went over my time. But sometimes you gotta hear these things. You know what I'm saying? This is like an outlet. Everybody should try that. I'm hoping we're gonna get a number soon where we can have it where people can call in and voice their opinions too. That's what I want this to be. Voice your opinion. If you want to argue with Luther, argue with Luther. If you want to argue with Brandon, argue with Brandon. We would love to argue with you back. But those from my hometown, I love McGregor. Shout out to McGregor, Texas. Made me who I am. But I'm also saying that, being in Colorado, I opened my eyes to who I could be and maybe who I wanted to be a long time ago and I did. I used to stop doing things because of how people felt. If I felt like somebody, that I was supposed to didn't care about what I was doing or if they thought that it was wrong, I usually stop doing it, even though it could have been the best thing for me. And that was my downfall. But when I moved to Colorado and I got around those kids in Adams City, they showed me a whole lot that you can do anything. You can move through anything. Because they had ups and downs and they still made it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just because I had matter of fact, I've done one with the boy. His name's Francisco. He told me, he said, Mr. Man, dude, I was done. I was getting tired of school, And those boys, I was like, nah, bro, this is the hardest thing you ever gonna do. And the reason why I got on them, because I made that mistake. Because something didn't go the way I thought it should have went. My senior year, I quit. I quit. The worst thing I ever did in my life. Senior year, quit. Who does that? I do. But I had a son, and I got custody of my son. And I was like, oh man, I gotta do better. I gotta be better. And so I did. I went and got my GED. Good enough. I still got my GED. And guess what? I went to school. I went to college. Twice. And because of, family, then my family, my son was sick and stuff. I had to make a choice. School or my son. This goes to my son. Why? Because I felt like that wasn't what I got. So everything I did with my kids, I did it because I felt like it was something I didn't get when I was little. That's not the bad. It just, I wanted my kids to have better. And sometimes I failed. Sometimes I made it. You know what I'm saying? But right now, all my kids are grown. All my kids have graduated from high school. A couple of them went to college. 2 of them in college. One still going to college pursuing. Do your thing, baby. I love you. Imani, love him to death. Cameron, love him to death. Bryson, going to graduate this year. Those are my babies. And everything I do now, I do it just for them. This podcast, it's for them. If I never get a dime off of this, it's still, I'm helping one person, maybe 2, you know what I'm saying, think differently about what they do or think differently about the things they say, then I won't. I'm good. I'm going to continue to do this. I want this to be an outlet where people can call in and it's like, bro, I feel this way. Shit, if we go over our time, we go over our time. If we don't, we don't. We can chop and squeeze it down. But I did this on Facebook just so people that's not here in Colorado know, or support this, that I call my open space, my time. Like, Luther can talk. If anybody know Luther can talk. I talk your head off. And I was wondering, I talk so much, you know what? Because I had everything about me to be everything everybody else wanted me to be, or what I thought everybody thought I should be, And then I started thinking, I was like, well, damn, who am I? It took my mother passing away for me to realize that I don't even know who Luther is. You know who Luther is? Luther is that dude that came from a small country town in, in Texas, who had great ambitions, big ambitions, and guess what? He never reached them. So I made sure that any young person I come in contact with will. I don't want them to stop and make that choice that I made. It's like, don't do everything easy. If it's too easy, it ain't worth it, And it's so much easier to quit. It's so much easier to give up. It's so much easier to say, enough is enough. Anything you want, it takes work. Like, I want to be successful. I know it takes work. Sometimes you need that opportunity, you know, and they say that and they don't put it in your face and you'll never know. I'm still waiting, but it's okay. I appreciate everyone who watched, you know what I'm saying, who's watching. If you came on there and I said something you didn't like, you cut it off, okay, still, thank you for putting it on. It helps me get better at the craft that I want to do. This is a craft that everybody can't do. And so I'm feeling it because I feel like it's a niche. I just like to talk, so if this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, I'm going to keep on going. But for the time being, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to try to put out as much as I can, when I can, to help somebody else. Because it might not help you watching right now, but it's going to help somebody. Somebody else is sitting there like, man, I feel the same way. Well, you're not alone. You're not alone. I've done a lot of things. I was manager of fast food restaurants. You know, I mean, that was my thing, man. I done met all kind of people, good and bad. One thing I did learn is that people are only going to do to you what you allow them to. If you allow them to run over you, they're going to. And for a part of my life, I did allow people to run over me. I just did what I felt like that's what they wanted me to do, just so there was no static. But damn that, what you do is valid. How you feel is valid, and you need to make sure that you know that, and then therefore you stand and say whatever you got to say on 10 toes down. Like me right now, things I'm saying right now I couldn't say 10 years ago. I wouldn't have said 10 years ago because I would, worry about what somebody would have said or their reactions to what I've said or how they would have felt. That's not the way life is. Life is not that. I feel like my mom loved me to death. I feel like she did that. She walked that line. She had a lot of times. She said enough is enough, and she just did it. She just kept on. And you know what? I feel like that's not what I wanted to see out of my mom. My mom took care of so many kids, so many of my friends, because she didn't have to. She just did it because I took it that that's what made me happy. And I guess in the grand scheme of things, that's my mama. That's just how she was. It had nothing to do with me. It's just my mama gonna make sure people take care of her. So I do the same thing. I work with kids all day, every day, weekends, as much as I can. And why? Because I felt like all kids need to know that, good or bad, up or down, that, somebody there for them. And so that's what I do now, work with kids. So therefore I had to start, I guess, this podcast so I could be able to express myself. Now, half of the people on here will not agree with me. Even my co-host, that he might not even agree with everything I say. I don't need you to. Just need you to listen. Take what you want out of it. Some days it's gonna be on point, some days it's not. Some days it's gonna be a lick, some days it's not. But it's Luther's corner. It's my corner, my block. This is what I do. So if you come listen, thank you. If you don't, still thank you. I will have some things where I will talk about some good things people need to know. I will shoot off and stuff about Colorado, what I do in Colorado, things are going in Colorado. But right now, this day, when I woke up, this was on my mind. And it's because I had a friend in a situation. And I was like, damn, I'm tired of this shit. So, when you gonna be tired of this shit? I'm like, no, man, I'm good. No, bro, let's say something. But then I started thinking, like, that's how I feel. That's might not be how you feel. So maybe my enough is not his enough. In a relationship, maybe, my enough is not, my wife's enough. But I'm saying communication really there. If I can't talk to you and you can't accept what I say to you and I can't accept what you say to me, then I guess that is that point when enough is enough. There is a point. That would be that point. But I'm telling you here, it doesn't have to be. People open up and know, be comfortable comfortable being uncomfortable. That's what I'm saying. Some things you might talk about might be uncomfortable. Then let them be that way. As long as you get them out. Because you don't want to get to that point where enough is enough. I know, 51 minutes. 51 minutes. So, you know, I can go fast. Because it's like, that's what's on my mind. Yes, I am talking to my partner. I'm not going to wrap it up, but I'm going to say I am grateful for all the people that I've come across. One of them, I see you on here right now, E. Cross. That's my dude. Worked with him. Cool. You already know. We were managers together and everything. There's some stories I can tell y'all that make y'all laugh. But that's going to come too. I mean, I feel like a lot of things I did in life, I hope I touched people in the right way. Coaching. Matter of fact, thank you, Tim. MoDoc all day. You know, those people really don't understand how much they made me who I am. E, Mike, Tim, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Drakes, Coach Drakes, if you're out there. Those people made me who I am. And some of them made me grow up and do more. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for Tim Jones, and you know, I probably wouldn't be coaching, but I stayed with it, coaching, came up here. I got to be a high school football coach, a serious high school football coach. I got to be a high school basketball coach. I got to be a high school track coach. Those are things that, because of people who were put in my life and my place, I was able to do. And I thank them 100%. 100%. I used to feel the type of way I say, man, you know, people outside make me who I am, not my people that raise me. And that's true. To me, in a way, because the ones, the love and distant, whatever you want to call it, I felt those people who I just named, those people, they fill those holes. And so I really never got to say enough is enough then, because I always had somebody there who was better than what I was getting. So, you know, it is what it is. I moved, we doing things, we grown. I'm 47 years old, there's no reason to cry or spill milk. But if this gets anybody, these young ones, let them know that don't do that. Don't be that 40-year-old with that, man, I should have did this, or I didn't do this, I should have said this. Never get to a point where enough is enough. Be open, speak truth, but also accept truth. Because you already know you're flawed as well as they are. And nothing is going to come back to you as far as you give it out. So, I don't know. Maybe this conversation today might help somebody go like, you know, I'm going to watch what I say to you or how I say it. But I'm also going to take what you say as word. Like, I'll take whatever anybody say. Oh, you this, you that, you trap, you do this, you talk crazy, you do this. You know what I'm saying? You got attitude. I'll take it in. But that's not who I feel like I am. I'm not going to react to it. But if I can't tell you back how I feel about you or how I feel about the things you do and you accept that, then guess what? That person is the person you shouldn't have been around in the first place. Because we're human. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to do stupid shit. Can you take, you know what I'm saying, what you get back? That's the thing. So, this whole time I've been talking, you know, it's almost like a counseling session. I got to speak about how I feel. I got to speak about how those feelings affect people around me, how some people treated me back in the day affected me and how I am today. But I guess you don't want to take any of that away, because I wouldn't be Luther today if it wasn't all of that good or bad that happened. If I wouldn't have met an E-Cross, if I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, grew up with Tim Jones, you know, been a Coach Drake, you know what I'm saying, which those are people who gave me opportunities to do something. Mike gave me opportunities to be a better person, to do something better, or, you know, and so with that, I tell those people, thank you, because, I mean, they allowed me to be a coach. showed me things that I didn't know how to do it right. Mike, he had so much faith in me, even though he had to let me go once because I let it, because of some work and stuff, shout out to Mike. But still, it still was a learning lesson about letting people walk on me. That was one of the things, and I let people walk all over me because I wanted everybody to like me. But guess what? I'm 47 years old. You don't have to like me. You ain't gotta like nothing about me. I'm still gonna be Luther. I don't have to say, I'm tired of something. Enough is never gonna be enough. That's why I'm doing this. Because you can get on here and talk, we can have a conversation, we can argue, we can cry. That's what I did this for. Because I don't want anyone out there to feel the way I did. My mama passed. And that was a big thing. And so when she passed, I kind of figured out who I really was and who I had around me. And some people around you aren't supposed to be there. I'm telling you, even if it's family. And I think I'm at that point now where, I'm still learning. And I'm 47 years old. So I'm going to learn with you. But I'm also going to be that one where I know what I know now, so that won't happen again. I make family who I want to be my family. I don't expect anyone to love me or give me something or treat me some type of way because in the grand scheme of things, the more you want, the less you're going to get. So, especially when it comes to that. I might have somebody on here today who will watch today, not watch again, and I'm cool with that. Thank you for the watch today. And everything won't be so emotional like this. Some things gonna be funny, but this is a way that I feel like I can connect. I can talk to people that I don't talk to from home. They can, you know what I'm saying? And I can also reach people who never met me a day in their life. Maybe it's somebody like me, maybe it's somebody not. We're gonna talk about all kind of things: fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, cousins, uncles, lovers, friends. Everyone has had some kind of situation that I will bring up. Some might not want to talk about them. Some might say, God, that show is right. That's why I'm glad I got the platform to do what I do. And yes, for those, I'm going to shout out, what I'm saying? We got Apple. We're on Apple. We're on, I believe, Spotify. We're also on 5 other ones. I'm going to have to get those to you guys. Brandon is the man with the magic behind the plan. But he was the one who gave me this opportunity to open my mouth and do what I do best, and that's talk. I don't know whether you're like this show or it's the type of show that you're interested in. But, if you have some ideas, some things that we can do and change, let me know. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to do it, but let me know. Because sometimes Luther can be funny, you know what I'm saying? He really can. But, sometimes I try to be serious. And I want to be serious, and I want to, speak on some things that's grounded in my gears. I don't know if this is going to be that podcast where, it's sports and all that. No, this is just entertainment. Something that you want to listen to, you want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you might know, somebody you don't know who has something to say that you might have been on. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Is that what I'm trying to say? People who know me know, or know, I can't say people who know me because everybody don't know the real Luther, because their Luther just found out that I've never been the real Luther. I've always been with somebody else on it. This is going to be the real Luther thing, this thing. I feel like I got about 20, 30 years left of this. I got a grandbaby who I love to death, Bug. And the daddy that you watch Paw Paw. She made me think about that too. I want to be the best version of me that she knows. I don't care what everybody else seen or what everybody else knows of Luther. I'm going to be the best version of me that she knows. And she's going to know Papa will be on there talking all that lip crazy as hell, throwing up some old stories. Sometimes I might wake up and I'm feeling some type of way and I'm going to come put it down. Luther does. I'm out to touch people. Well, not touch you like that, because I ain't got to touch everybody. But anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna have to cut this off very shortly because my man slapped me in the side of my face. Thank you guys for just taking the time to listen. That's something we don't do a lot of as people because we're going through life, pushing our lives, trying to be the best version of us we can be. But I took up probably an hour of your time, and you gave me that hour. And, you know what I'm saying? It's 2 people watching, I'm cool. 3 people watching, I'm cool. Somebody watched it and cut it off, I'm still cool. You still got to know that I'm on it. I'm doing my thing. So those who still on here, thank you very much. Those who came through, gave just at least a watch, thank you too, because I would be nothing without you. With that being said, I guess we're pretty much at the end of my ramble conversation. I'm gonna try to do this at least 3 times a week. Don't shoot for 5. And those who watch. I'm trying to do it every morning, like a little podcast. Nick, if you want to get down, all you got to do is hit me on Facebook. We go back and forth, but that's my boy. I love watching the inspirational stuff every day. So if you think I don't watch it, I do. Mike, you want to have something to say, bro? You're very inspirational to me. Please chime in, call the phone, don't care. We can talk about it. That's crazy that he's younger than me and I would call him if I'm going through it. And he always seems to have the right words to say. So I'm trying to be that for everybody else. This is entertainment. So let's stay entertained. For those who are out there, thank you for watching. Continue. We do have shows popping at least 3 times a week. Listen to us. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna end that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be good. It's snowing outside, so I ain't tripping. I ain't going nowhere. Go grab me some cigarettes and I'm gonna go to the crib. We'll be back on today. We dropping 2 more. I think we're dropping 2. We're gonna try to drop 2 today. But look me up, look us up, and we did change the name. It's we don't agree on anything now. Just step first, steps each one. But I'm trying to make this happen, and that's what we're gonna do. My mama would be proud. I love her to death. I'm proud. Hope you proud too. Be proud of yourself and what you do today.
Shit.